Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Activity leading to skilled behavior. The result of good upbringing, especially knowledge of correct social behavior. The activity of getting dressed, putting on clothes. Activity leading to skilled behavior. The cognitive process of thinking about what you will do in the event of something happening. The act of preparing something, as food, by the application of heat. He left the preparation of meals to his wife. A substance prepared according to a formula. The physician prescribed a commercial preparation of the medicine. Activity leading to skilled behavior. The activity of putting or setting in order in advance of some act or purpose. Preparations for the ceremony had begun. The state of having been made ready or prepared for use or action, especially military action. Their preparation was more than adequate. Preparatory school work done outside school, especially at home. Music. A note that produces a dissonant chord is first heard in a consonant chord. The resolution of one dissonance is often the preparation for another dissonance. The sexual activity of conceiving and bearing offspring. The result of good upbringing, especially knowledge of correct social behavior. A woman of breeding and refinement. Elegance by virtue of fineness of manner and expression. Helping someone grow up to be an accepted member of the community. Producing offspring or set aside especially for producing offspring. The breeding population. The production of animals or plants by inbreeding or hybridization. The United States federal department that administers all federal programs dealing with education, including federal aid to educational institutions and students, created 1979. The result of good upbringing, especially knowledge of correct social behavior. The activities of educating or instructing, activities that impart knowledge or skill. He received no formal education. Knowledge acquired by learning and instruction. It was clear that he had a very broad education. The gradual process of acquiring knowledge. Education as a preparation for life. The profession of teaching, especially at a school or college or university. An organic process that takes place in the body. Respiratory activity. The state of being active. His sphere of activity. The trait of being active, moving or acting rapidly and energetically. The level of activity declines with age. A process existing in or produced by nature, rather than by the intent of human beings. Volcanic activity. Any specific behavior. They avoided all recreational activity. Chemistry, the capacity of a substance to take part in a chemical reaction. Catalytic activity. Helping someone grow up to be an accepted member of the community. Properties acquired during a person's formative years. The course of practice and exercise and diet undertaken by an athlete. A branch of knowledge. In what discipline is his doctorate? Develop, a child's or animal's, behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Parents must discipline their children. The act of disciplining. The offenders deserved the harsh discipline they received. Punish in order to gain control or enforce obedience. The teacher disciplined the pupils rather frequently. A system of rules of conduct or method of practice. He quickly learned the discipline of prison routine. The trait of being well behaved. He insisted on discipline among the troops. Training to improve strength or self-control. Make a hole, especially with a pointed power or hand tool. Don't drill here, there's a gas pipe. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. Learn by repetition. We drilled French verbs every day. Similar to the mandrel but smaller and less brightly colored. A tool with a sharp point and cutting edges for making holes in hard materials, usually rotating rapidly or by repeated blows. Military, the training of soldiers to march, as in ceremonial parades, or to perform the manual of arms. Teach by repetition. Train in the military, e.g., in the use of weapons. Undergo military training or do military exercises. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. Learn by repetition. The act of using. The activity of exerting your muscles in various ways to keep fit. The doctor recommended regular exercise. Do physical exercise. Give a workout to. Some parents exercise their infants. A task performed or problem solved in order to develop skill or understanding. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Put to use. An action, often used negatively and without consequences. An exercise in futility. Usually plural, a ceremony that involves processions and speeches. Academic exercises. Training soldiers in military procedures. Translating an idea into action. A hard theory to put into practice. A customary way of operation or behavior. It is their practice to give annual raises. Avail oneself to. Practice a religion. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. Practice makes perfect. Learn by repetition. Pianists practice scales. Engage in a rehearsal, of. Engage in or perform. Practice safe sex. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Practice law. Knowledge of how something is usually done. It is not the local practice to wear shorts to dinner. The exercise of a profession. The practice of the law. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. A regularly scheduled session as part of a course of study. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. A public instance of reciting or repeating, from memory, something prepared in advance. The program included songs and recitations of well-loved poems. Written matter that is recited from memory. Training for a new occupation. The process of being formally educated at a school. The act of teaching at school. The training of an animal, especially the training of a horse for dressage. Teaching strategy to an athletic team. Teaching strategy to an athletic team. A session, as of executives or advisors, to discuss policy or strategy or to solve problems or exchange ideas. Training a young child to use the toilet.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.